You may not know it, but we're living in a quantum world. The trees, the sky, the birds moving through the air. It all feels solid, predictable, real. But at the tiniest level, nature doesn't work like this at all. Down at the scale of atoms, things behave in ways that seem almost impossible. They don't follow a single path. They explore all paths simultaneously. That strange hidden world is what scientists call quantum mechanics. It's the science that powers our universe, and now they're harnessing that power to build computers, quantum computers that mirror the rules of the natural world to solve problems that have been impossible to solve before. It's the next big thing in computing, and it's why the British government is determined to lead the global race.
Reaching a new frontier is more critical than ever.
That new frontier is what scientists in the UK are striving for.
It's about harnessing a tiny thing, the smallest unit of ordinary matter, the atom.
So the magic happens right in this tiny little chip in the middle.
We're in Oxford at a company spun out of the university, the brainchild of PhD physicist Chris Ballance and his partner. And this may look like a normal computer chip, but floating on the surface are actual atoms, which is what gives these computers all their power. Physical atoms.
Yeah, individual atoms hovering
atoms.
a hair's width above the surface, and those atoms are what's doing the computer.
How?
The basis behind this is the idea that atoms, ions, quantum particles can be in multiple places at once. And this sounds crazy, but it turns out this is how quantum physics works.
It does sound crazy. So what's actually happening? Well, think of it like a maze. Standard computers have to try every route to solve a problem. When one doesn't work, they try another, then another, until they've cracked it. But a quantum computer does something completely different. It uses atoms, which can scan every path simultaneously, so it finds the correct route almost immediately. Problems that would take today's most powerful computers years to solve, a quantum computer could solve in hours. And that could supercharge AI, complex logistics, and simplify drug discovery.
So Siobhan, why don't you have a go at having your brain scanned?
Okay, let's do it. So I have to sit here, presumably.
Yep, have a seat, make yourself comfortable.
At this epilepsy centre in Surrey, they're using quantum sensors to pinpoint the specific area of the brain that's responsible for seizures. Yeah, it feels a bit like a bike helmet. It could dramatically lower the risk of surgery and increase the uptake of those able to undergo the procedure. It's being used on children in a clinical trial phase, but I tried it to demonstrate the potential of the technology.
So this is your brain activity here. Here, this is just a couple sensors, but really you don't see any spikes. But in somebody with epilepsy, we would see either focal or generalized spikes.
So the point about quantum is it allows you to...
so
the specific part where that intense waveform is coming from.
Yeah, you can see, within a couple millimeters of space where it's coming from in the brain. This will give us, where you should actually go back and do the surgery.
And successful surgery will reduce the chances of further seizures by as much as 90%.
To be able to increase the number of people who may be eligible for this form of therapy would be a real sea change in how we be able to manage people with very, very complex and difficult to treat epilepsy.
Wow, and it's all because of the quantum.
Absolutely, yeah, quantum's our friend.
It's no wonder the world is racing to commercialise the superpower of quantum.
Quantum and quantum computing.
So the quantum boom has most definitely begun. But can we keep hold of it? Or just like artificial intelligence, will the UK inevitably fall behind?
The UK has a long track record of inventing the future but failing to capitalise on the full economic gains. So we don't want to see a repeat of that with frontier technologies like quantum. If you look at what happens normally, businesses who want to scale see the liquidity available in the USA.
The money.
The money's there and they will move.
Our quantum company is a case in point. It took a PhD and 5 years beyond to build their quantum system, but it's so good the company was snapped up by an American rival for just over $1 billion. And yes, they're investing in the UK, but the British talent is now US owned. The American boss cuts to the chase, as they always do.
We're quite proud of the fact that we are not only physicists, but we are capitalists. And we're looking for talent. So I do think the UK needs to, to some extent, recognize that, expecting a company to be 100% British managed, owned, employed, manufactured, like that's just not a realistic way of building a global company.
The Science Minister said the £2 billion investment is proof the UK means business. But what about US rivals? Are you worried that they're just trying to pick our brains and potentially pick off our companies?
Well, they'll do that, and we will lose companies, and it's always going to be the case. But we should keep more of them. Do I want to have the Google equivalent in quantum? Yes, I do. I mean, we do need, that's exactly what we're trying to do. There's no reason why we can't do that. We've got the right skills, we've got the right startups, and of course this becomes an export opportunity if we get this right.
Like nature all around us, it's clear the demand for quantum power is huge. It's the next frontier technology that promises to reshape our world. Britain's top scientists have planted the seeds. The question now is whether the UK economy will reap the rewards.